it's Ash. I am about to get ready for work. This is my coffee. It is literally 8:11, so I have like 15 minutes to get ready. Not gonna do anything crazy. Gotta be super fast. I'm a property manager now. I was telling you guys, I was gonna let you guys know like how my life has changed. So the previous job that I had, I was a warehouse manager for 5 years, dude. The milk primer, hydro primer. Yeah, so like I was there for 5 years. That's a really long time to have the same job. Like, but it was easy, you know what I'm saying? Weekly pay. Like, I did the same thing every single night. The only thing that was really annoying was the fact that like the crew that I had working with me, conceal. The crew that I had working with me kept getting smaller and smaller to the point where I was like, if I'm literally going to be working by myself, you guys need to give me the biggest raise, or you guys need to just bring some help from another station. And so nobody wanted to listen to me. Nobody wanted to take me seriously. So I was like, all right. So then I started thinking about finding another job. Well, I remember one day, my old boss, his name is Brandon, he was my manager at the warehouse for like 2 to 3 years, and then he ended up quitting, going somewhere else. To set my face, I get really, really oily, so I like to add powder before I do foundation. And so I'm gonna go in with this all-nighter powder by Decay. This is waterproof setting powder, and it doesn't really like have a color. It's pretty much translucent. There's just no color to it. And then I'm just gonna take just a fluffy brush. But anyways, so he had quit, and then I was the manager, you know, for the last couple of years after he left. So he went and he got this new job as the maintenance supervisor at our current job. So one day, you know, he calls me and he's like, hey, like, are you trying to get a new job? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, you know, we're looking for a bilingual manager. And obviously, like, I have nothing but management experience. I've been a manager at restaurants. I've been a manager for pretty much everywhere, anywhere that I've had a job. So he was like, yeah, they're talking about this, that, and the other. And it was like a $7 raise from what I was making at the moment at that warehouse. So he's calling me talking about, yeah, you're gonna have daytime hours, like 9 to 5. You're gonna work Monday through Friday still, which was absolutely a bonus. I look crazy. Well, like a ghost. I really, really like this CoverGirl Outlast foundation. I really like this. So right now this is kind of my go-to. I do 2 pumps of the light one and then 1 pump of the dark one, and that's like my perfect shade. So that's what we're gonna do. But anyway, so he ended up telling me all these things, and he's like, you're gonna have your own office, like you're gonna be the boss. And I was like, say less. I mean, I'm lying. So when he had mentioned it to me, you know, I had already been thinking about trying to get a new job, but all the jobs that I was looking at, nobody was trying to start me off at the pay that I was already getting, you know? So I'm like, I have 2 kids, I have, you know, bills and shit that I gotta pay. Like, I can't take a pay cut, you know? So I was like, we're gonna have to figure this out. So when he called me and told me all of these things, I was like, okay, it sounds good. But then like that part of me that like doubts I would get it, or like that part of me is like, no, they probably wouldn't hire me. Like, you know, that instant doubt, like I had that. And so I'm sitting here, you know, like, and I've never had a job strictly because I was bilingual. Like, that was always a bonus, but I was never comfortable enough thinking that I could handle a job where I had to be bilingual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why, but I just never thought that. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, I don't know if this is gonna be like a good job for me. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender. So just, you know, I had my moment, but then I really sat there and I was like, you know what, this would be so stupid to turn down if this was really like a job that I could get. Like, obviously were working for the money. So you go where the money goes, you know? Like, I loved my job. I was there for 5 years. It was easy, but I feel like it became complacent. Like, there was no, the kind of money that I want to make, and the you know, like moving up and the things that I want to do, I was not going to be able to do that there. And I knew that, but once again, I wasn't about to take a pay cut. So I kind of felt stuck, you know? So, after I sat there and thought about it, you know, I was really like, nah, I'm not gonna apply. He sent me all the information. He texted me. He had let me know this is this, that is that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And then, like I said, I doubted myself. And then I was like, fuck it. Like, I would be stupid to not take this job, you know, or at least apply for it and try. This is my Urban Decay Quick Fix. This is it's a prepping spray, but I mean, I mix my setting spray in it, so it's like dual. Anyways, so yeah, like, I'm gonna go in with my Shape Tape. This is in Tan Sand by Tarte. But anyways, so yeah, so like, after I got my head out of my ass and was like, yo, if you don't do this, like, you're gonna regret it. So I ended up, you know, filling out the application. He had given me my current boss's number and was like, let her know when you're done and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. So I ended up doing that. You know, I filled out the application, uploaded my resume, and on paper, bitch, I look bomb. Okay, like 5 years at the same job, like all my management experience, like I'm really proud of my resume. I'm just saying. So, you know, she ended up looking at all my stuff. She told me she would call me back. I didn't hear from her that night, so I was like, oh, I don't know. Obviously, whatever happened, happened. But she, you know, she didn't get back to me. So the next day, I was just like, oh, you know, whatever. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about it because I had already doubted myself, right? So I'm sitting there, and then I don't remember what day it was or why I wasn't at work, but like, oh, I was still working nights, duh. I'm like, why wasn't I at work? No, so I was still working nights. So right before my shift, Ashton was watching like he was watching YouTube on my phone. And so, I put my phone, I usually put my phone, this is banana powder. I usually put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so that way, you know, because he likes to answer my phone. He'll literally, I'll just be randomly hear him be like, hello, hello. I'm like, son, hang up my phone. Who is that? You know, or he'll answer and then he'll hang up on somebody, be like, it was a stranger. I'm like, son, you don't even know who's calling me. Like, stop. So I would dead ass be like, bro, like, leave my fucking phone alone. So I just started putting it on Do Not Disturb. Well, when it was on Do Not Disturb, I don't know, I randomly check my phone to just make sure I'm not missing anything. And so, you know, she ended up calling me and leaving me a voicemail, and she's like, hey, so I looked at your resume, blah, 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 whatever she said. So I ended up calling her back like immediately and was like, yo, hi, I got your voicemail. She's like, can you come in for an interview today? And I was like, okay, what time, where, blah, blah, blah. So Keon actually didn't go to work that day for whatever reason. I don't remember what happened, but like, it wasn't bad. He didn't call in or something, but he didn't end up going to work that day. And so all I can say is that was God. Like, the way that everything played out was so freaking awesome. Like, just, I was able, like, I instantly got ready, put my clothes on, you know, all that stuff, and then went to the interview. And so, yeah, it was just crazy the way that it had worked out, because normally that's not what would happen. So, excuse me, I was super excited. I went to the interview, you know, showed up instantly, of course, and all that stuff. And then we had the interview, talked to her and everything. By the end of the job interview, she had offered me the job. And I was going to start like 2 days later. It was like a Monday, and she wanted to start me on that Wednesday. And I was like, yo, what is happening? So like, I started working that freaking Wednesday. I put in my notice that night. And then, yeah, the rest is history, dude. It's been like 3 months now since I've been at that job. I have my own office. The vlog that I'm going to put up, I think, tomorrow, because now my office is done. I want to go in and show you guys, like, the finished product. I painted my office. Well, I didn't paint it, but, like, I picked out the prettiest blue. The prettiest freaking blue. and then like an opposite kind of dark gray. Like, it just looks pretty. Okay, you guys will see it, but either way, I loved it. I loved it. I was so excited. My boss is like, this place needs to look more homey, so she freaking sent a manager over to decorate everything and to do everything, and I was just like, you guys do what you do, you know what I'm saying? I'll just show up and like whatever. So I just thought it was funny the way that everything played out. But either way, my office looks dope. I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys that after I get ready today. But yeah, like I was saying, so at this new job, I'm a property manager. So I have my own office. I'm the only like point of contact there for people who live there. People come in and they pay me my rent, or people go in there and they pay the rent to me. They, you know, if they have any questions, if they have any whatever, you know, they let me know. And so the funniest thing that I think about every single day is that Brandon is the maintenance supervisor. So it's literally just like me and Brandon at the property. And so at the last job, he was my boss, and at this job, I'm his boss. And so I'm like, and it's just funny. It's just funny, but he's a cool dude. I've known him for literally like 5 years. So this is the Anastasia bronzer in mahogany. So yeah, like I want some subtle color, nothing too dramatic. Like, this is it. Okay, this is daytime makeup in an office. We don't be doing that crazy like nighttime makeup. So no offense to anyone that does. Don't take that offensively, please. Just for me, like, I am very specific about the type of makeup that I wear to certain places, times and whatever, you know. I feel like there's a makeup look for everything and specific things. So we don't want to overdo it. We want to look soft. We want to look fresh. We want to look perfectly put together, but not like overdone, if that makes sense. So a little bit of definition, a little bit of, you know, pizzazz. I'm stupid. Okay, anyway, so yeah, like, one thing I'll have to say for sure is I do really like my job. I honestly do really like my job. I'm such a people person, and it's funny because in the last job, like, I literally spent like 5 years with the same people every single night, and now I see hundreds on a regular basis. All the different people that want to live there, all the people that do freaking live there. Like, I don't know. It's crazy though, just the amount of people I deal with now versus before. So that's what I'm basically getting at. But I love the job. I love the people. My boss is cool as fuck. And she's very understanding. She's a boy mom like me. So I love that she is super, super understanding, and she'll work with you, and she'll, you know, make sure that you're good when things happen with your family. So I really appreciated that about her. Well, anyway, so ever since I switched to this job, before I was having a really, really hard time sleeping. Like, you know, the boys and Keon were on like a daytime schedule, and I'm freaking working nights, and so it was really hard for me to get my sleep. Good morning, baby. It was really hard for me to get my sleep. So I was cranky all the time. I was very angry a lot of the time and everything. Good morning. Ashton just got up. Morning, my baby. So it was really, really hard for me for a minute to just kind of like exist, because I'm getting off at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, the latest I've gotten off is like 6:30 a.m. Dude, the morning shift was coming in when I was leaving, and I was like, this is never gonna fucking happen again. I will literally freak out. So, you know, I'd get off, let's say 3 o'clock in the morning on average, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then the boys would be up at 6, 7, 8, and so I was not really sleeping. And it was rough on me because I have to be up all freaking night, and then I have to deal with them all day. So the energy wasn't there. My attitude was very sour because, you know, I am not the one. When I don't sleep, you don't want to be around me when I am not sleeping, or when I'm not off of a lot of sleep. Like, I'm such a freaking wench. Like, I won't lie to you guys, I'm a nightmare, okay? Like, when your kid wakes up from a nap too early and they're cranky as fuck, that's me. Dead ass. So, yeah, like, now that I started this new job, I've regulated my sleep, I've regulated my emotions, I've been able to really stabilize, like, as a center, you know what I mean? Like, and it's been really, really good for me. So this job has been just a huge blessing in so many ways, because I get to be home with my boys now. Like, did I show you guys what I used last? Oh, I didn't. So the Juvias Place highlighter. This is, it's this one. The Tribe Highlighter Volume 2. Super gorgeous. Like rose gold. And then this is the Ulta Beauty Brow Gel in clear. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so this is the Ulta Beauty Clear Brow Gel that I'm just very lightly brushing on.
Like brushing on?
Yeah, I'm brushing it on, my baby. My sweet boy. So yeah, like, this job has been huge, like, for my family. You know, before I felt like I wasn't really there and I wasn't really available, not only physically but like emotionally, you know. So now I get to be home with my kids every night. I get to cook every night. I get to have like a more of a schedule versus before I was winging it every single day because I never knew when I was gonna get off of work. So yeah, like, I'm gonna put on some basic shadow. So I'm already done with like the full face and it's 8:29. So I'm gonna go in here. I really love this Carly Bible palette, so I'm gonna go in with that shade Chai right here and just put that all over my crease. And then I'm gonna use I'm gonna use this Sonia Kashuk fluffy brush. But yeah, so it's just like, I love that this job has been so wonderful for my family. It's really changed things, and really just kind of helped us grow. So yeah, so more than anything, this job has done wonders. I love dealing with these people, and they were living horribly. Like, well, there was one lady, when I first started, the previous management company took care of these people like shit. And this lady went like 10 days without a freaking toilet, dude. A toilet. She just had a hole in the floor in her bathroom. Like, where the toilet would have been, her toilet broke, and then like the maintenance people before me and Brandon took the toilet out and then never took the toilet back. So she had to, like, she was walking to the gas station up the street every single time she had to use the bathroom, and she came into the office crying like, I need a toilet. And I'm like, what the like, it was just bad. It was just bad news all the way around. Like, obviously it was a lot, but you know, like, we've been handling business and really taking care of these people. So these people have been so grateful. They've been so kind. They've been so understanding of me being new to the industry and to the office and everything. Because if I don't live like that, I won't let other people live like that, especially if like I have the ability to make that difference. So that's been the most gratifying part of my job right now. And ooh, I think I want to use this beautiful color Aura right here. So I'm gonna use just a flat brush and see how that looks. Ooh, that's like pigment. Gorgeous. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, if I wouldn't live like that, I wouldn't have these people live like that. So that's been the biggest difference in their lifestyle, is I actually care. I'll actually call people and handle business the first time. You know, these people aren't going to be coming into my office tripping on me over and over like, oh, a month ago I asked for this, or I asked for that, or I asked about this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And nobody's come and helped me or anything. So we're really good about keeping up with everything and taking care of our people. So I really do like my job, and I feel very blessed to have been given this opportunity, because I didn't see it coming. It came literally out of nowhere. I literally thought that I was going to be stuck at my job for a really long time. So it made me really sad to think that, you know, I couldn't level up in a sense, you know. Now I'm going to go in with the Total Temptation Mascara by Maybelline. So yeah, it's just really made a huge difference, not only in my life and everything, but just in everything. And I love the fact that these people are so grateful and that they'll come and tell me, you know, like they'll come to the office and be like, yo, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for helping. Like, you're the first manager to actually listen to me. And like the majority of people that live there, like I would say 80% is Hispanic and like 10% is Pacific Islander, and then the other 10% is just, you know, the normal black and white community. So it's just like, but a lot of Hispanic people live there, and the majority of them do not speak English. So I mainly got that job because I am fluent in Spanish and I'm able to communicate and handle business for all these people who don't speak English. And that was the biggest difference between the last company and our company, who just bought that property and then put me in there. Because, you know, they knew, and they've been living there since all the other companies that have come through there, so they know the difference in the management and in what we do. So I love that they're just like, Ash, you're freaking amazing. Like, I can't believe that you helped me. I can't believe this, that, and the other. And like, I don't know, it's cool, and it just makes me really happy that I'm making a difference in people's lives on a regular basis, you know? Like, all it took was me. I was the difference, you know? So that kind of like makes me really happy, and that puts a pep in my step when I want to head to work, you know? I'm like, I'm okay with going to work. I don't like, the only thing that makes me dread going to work is sometimes there are people who are nightmares. Like, they really want to test you, and they want to push your buttons, and they want to, like, I'm the one, I'm with the shit, okay? Like, I'll fight you. And like, I almost fought this girl that popped up in my office. So when I first started, I was running 2 different properties. So there was like a Karen, and I'm not gonna say her name because just thinking about her just irks my soul. Okay, but anyways, this lady, she, for a couple months, she had been living through the summer without any like AC, and like it was hot AF in that building, and she had like a 6-year-old child, and so, you know, she had good reasoning for being upset. But I had been at the property for maybe a month, and she had already been living at the other property for, I want to say, you know, 4 to 6 months. And, you know, all these problems that she was having, she was telling previous management, but they didn't care. So she got to a point where she's like, I need somebody to listen to me. I'm sick of being ignored. I'm sick of living like this. I'm blah, blah, blah. So then she just started taking everything out on me. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm going to tell you, I am very confrontational. Like, I am with the shit. I'm not even lying. I'm not scared of anybody that wants to step. I'm not scared of anybody that's trying to pop up on me or nothing. Like, I am dead ass with it. So there was one day where this lady, she had mold in her apartment, and so some guy from corporate had came down to, you know, just see how everything was going and check and like verify that it was mold before we go and spend the thousands of dollars to cut her wall out and to have all these people come out and try to like hook her stuff up, you know? So this day specifically, what she'll do is she would call and hang up, call and hang up, call and hang up like a freaking psycho 20 times, 30 times in a row, literally, either until I answered the phone or until she got tired of just blowing the phone up and nobody answering. So this day specifically, I was in the apartment with the guy from corporate checking out this lady's mold. And then as soon as we were done, I come walking out of the apartment complex, you know, the B building, and she's sitting in the middle of the freaking parking lot, and she has her window down. And the moment she sees me, she's like, I've been calling you, I've been nobody's answering, I've been trying to get a hold of me, blah blah. I'm like, you literally see that I'm obviously not in the office. You watched me walk out of this other building, so obviously I'm not in the office. I'm not ignoring you, I'm not doing anything, I'm doing my job, and you're over here tripping. So like, as she's screaming at me, you know, I'm sitting here and I have patience to a certain extent. I understand your problem. I understand where you're coming from. I would be just as upset. But at the same time, I also do know that if it's not you specifically and you're the contact, like, I'm going to have an attitude, but I'm not going to shit on you because I know it's not your fault specifically. So that was the difference between me and her. She was looking for anybody to shit on at any moment in time, to just be mean to and just beat up verbally because she was so angry, and she's just that kind of person. She just wants to make you feel horrible so she feels better. And I don't like that. I've never liked people like that. And anyone that I come into contact like that, like, bro, you found the right one. So I end up, you know, I was on FaceTime with Ashton, so I had to fucking hang up the phone with my baby to start dealing with this woman. So she blocked in the freaking corporate guy, so she's sitting there screaming at me while he's trying to like back up. And I was laughing because, you know, I'm like, I'm glad that the corporate guy was here because he's the one that saved my ass, because she tried to email my boss saying like, oh, well, I just went up there for help and Ashley started yelling at me. I don't understand why anybody would treat me like this. And I was like, you think we're fucking stupid. Okay, all right, I see you. So I was pissed because I'm like, if my boss had taken her seriously and tried to fire me because of what she said, yes, like my boss already knew, you know what I'm saying? My boss is like, I know that's not you. I know that's not how you are and how you treat people. So I was like, thank God, because if I would have lost my job, me and that girl, I would beat her ass, because that was not cool. Like, this is my livelihood and I have children to take care of, and I understand that you have like your situation, but you can't just lie completely. Like, that was a complete lie. And think that I'm not about to like feel some type of way or come at you because of your lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm gonna hold you accountable. Well, anyways, so she was as she was screaming at me, you know, she stepped out of her car and she had like the door in front of her. And so I'm like, if you come around that door, like, I will dead ass lose my job. Like, we don't play that shit around here. You don't know me like that. I don't know you like that. And people, when people start fighting these days, like, guns come out. And I don't have one, but I will dead ass fight until the death. Like, I will defend myself at every single moment. Like, nobody's gonna punk me. So I was really, really upset that she was sitting here trying to freaking act like this. And so I think I'm gonna do some blush on my lips. So yeah, so then what I had told her though is, I said, what we're not gonna do is, you're not gonna show up at my job screaming at me in the middle of the parking lot because you're upset. You see that I'm working over here. You saw me walk out of this building and everything. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm like, I'm the only person who can literally help you. And all of the people that are doing work are coming because I've called them. Nobody else has called them. If I didn't call them, there would be nobody coming to your house. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. So I'm like, if you really think I'm not helping you, then you need a reality check, because I'm dead ass helping you. I'm the only one who is helping you. I'm the only one who cares enough to try to get somebody out there. I don't like it. I was pissed, dude. And so I even told her, she was like, I've been waiting so many months. And I said, that's where you messed up. That's where you got me fucked up. I've been here for a month. You've been dealing with this for what, 5 or 6 months? Why didn't you go ham on the last company the same way that you're going ham on me right now? Like, how come you didn't put all this energy into the last company? And if you did and they still didn't do anything, then yeah, I'm definitely sorry and I understand why you're upset. But if it was me, you have 2 months. 2 months after I tell you, and then I'm moving out. And if you guys want to take me to court, you could take me to court and I'll tell the courts exactly where everything went wrong and what happened. And I'll have all my documentation. I'll have everything that I need to where I'll get out of that case. And you guys are going to owe me some money or something, you know, or we're just going to be squared up at zero. However, but I'm not about to owe you guys shit, because you guys are the ones that aren't taking care of me as a tenant. I'm living, you know, this is against the habitability laws. So yeah, like, I just told her straight up, like, that's where you fucked up. If you want to sit around waiting for months and months for people to hear you, you could have dead ass just moved out and gone somewhere else and been good. But instead you want to sit here. There we go. Yes, honey. But instead you want to sit here and trip on me like it's my fault. Nah, we're not doing that shit. We're not doing that shit at all. So I was pissed. And like I said, if she came around that door, me and her would have been fighting. Because I told her straight up, what you're not about to do is show up at my job tripping on me like I did something to you personally. I've been helping you as best as I can. I'm new. I've literally been here for a month. So I'm still figuring out all of the things that need to be done and how they need to be done. But I'm dead ass helping you every step of the way as much as I could. And I definitely know I'm helping you more than the previous company. So I just felt so completely disrespected. And that's one thing. I'm huge on respect. I respect every single person until you don't deserve the respect anymore, you know? Like, that's just how it works. You earn that shit. And once you do something to lose it, like, that's it. That's it. Sorry. So I was so angry. And yeah, I mean, eventually we had to switch her apartments and make sure that she lived in a completely different spot, because she was just creating hell for everybody, and she surpassed me and went straight to my boss, which I was relieved about. But you know, me and my boss had to still go and do everything with her in her face before everything was completely done. So it was just more annoying than anything, but she was just disrespectful as fuck, bro. So once we handled her and that was completely done, I was so happy to just be rid of her. And then somebody bought the property, so then I no longer have to even be involved with the property. And this is RIMMEL London's Scandal Eyes mascara. This is waterproof and it's so dark. Dude, this is gonna stay like this all freaking day. This is the bombest like eyeliner I've ever tried in my life. It does not move. So yeah, so she was probably the worst person I've ever dealt with in my life, like on any level. And I'm really, really glad that she was handled and she was done. So look, full face, all done, and it is 8:45. So yeah, like I'm over it, dude. And I'm glad that, you know, like I said, we're done. So all the people that I deal with now are super kind, super grateful, super wonderful people that I enjoy working with and dealing with on a daily level. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not anyone that extreme anymore. So that was just one of the things that came with the job, obviously. So now, ooh, that's cute. So now, you know, I'm getting to a good place at my job to where, you know, things aren't too crazy. I'm starting to really understand, you know, how to do everything. I'm starting to get the grasp of like the reports that I need to send out on a regular basis, and like just all that stuff to just feel confident in doing my job, you know. So super cute. I want some moles. I'm gonna use this Freck Please by She Glam. So yeah, but that's pretty much been it. That's really been all I've been up to. Like, it was really hard to try to make that transition to a new job, and I almost didn't do it. So I'm really, really glad that I did. I'm really glad that, you know, I had confidence in myself. I believed in myself. I knew that it was something I deserved, something that I earned, something that was going to benefit my family and I in the future. So it was a no-brainer. It was literally a no-brainer, and I've been rolling with it, and I haven't looked back ever since. So honestly, it's been really, really nice. Yeah, so thank you guys for spending the morning with me getting ready. I'm gonna just throw my clothes on, run out the door, and then I gotta send all my reports and stuff to my boss by 10 a.m. There goes Ashton with his tablet. So yeah, I will see you guys in the office.